Chapter 13, Ammon and Tamar. Sometime later, David's son Ammon fell in love with Tamar. She was the beautiful sister of Absalom. He was another one of David's sons. Ammon wanted his sister Tamar so much that it made him sick. She was a virgin, and it seemed impossible for him to do what he wanted with her. Ammon had an advisor named Jonadab. He was the son of David's brothers Shemiah. Jonadab was a very clever man. He asked Ammon, "You are the king's son, aren't you? So why do you look so worn out every morning? Won't you tell me?" Ammon answered, "I'm in love with Tamar. She's the sister of my brother Absalom." "Go to bed," Jonadab said. "I pretend to be sick. Your father will come to see you." Let us tell him. I'll like my sister Tamar to come and give me something to eat. Let her prepare the food right here in the front of me, where I can watch her. Then she can feed it to me. So Ammon went to bed. He pretended to be sick. The king came to see him. Ammon said to him, "I want my sister Tamar to come here. I want to watch her make some special bread. Then she can feed it to me." David sent a message to Tamar at the palace. He said, "Go to your brother Ammon's house. Prepare some food for him." So Tamar went to the house of her brother Ammon. He was lying in bed. She got some dough and mixed it. She shaped the bread right there in front of him, and she baked it. Then she took the bread out of the pan and served it to him, but he refused to eat it. "Send everyone out of here," Ammon said. So everyone left him. Then he said to Tamar, "Bring the food here to my bedroom. Please feed it to me." So Tamar picked up the bread she had prepared. She brought it to her brother Ammon in his bedroom. She took it to him so he could eat it. But he grabbed her. She said, "My sister, come to bed with me." "No, my brother," she said to him. "Don't force me. An evil thing like that should never be done in Israel. Don't do it. What about me? How could I ever get rid of my shame? And what about you? You would be as foolish as any evil person in Israel. People speak to the king. He won't keep me from marrying you." But Ammon refused to listen to her. He was stronger than she was, so he raped her. Then Ammon hated Tamar very much. In fact, he hated her more than he had loved her before. He had said to her, "Get up, get out." "No," she said to him, "don't send me away. That would be worse than what you have already done to me." But he refused to listen to her. He sent for his personal servant. He said, "Get this woman out of my sight, or I'll lock the door behind her." So his servant threw her out. Then he locked the door behind her. Tamar was wearing a beautiful robe. It was the kind of robe the virgin daughters of the king wore. She put ashes on her head. She tore the beautiful robe she was wearing. She put her hands on her head and went away. She was weeping out loud as she went. When her brother Absalom saw her, she spoke to her. He said, "Has Ammon, that brother of yours, forced you to go to bed with him?" "My sister, don't let it upset you. Don't let it bother you. He's your brother. After that, Tamar lived in her brother Absalom's house. She was very lonely. King David heard about everything that had happened, so he became very angry, and Absalom never said a word of any kind to Ammon. He hated Ammon because he had brought shame on his sister Tamar. Absalom kills Ammon. 2 years later, Absalom invited all the king's sons to Baal Hazor. It was near the border of Ephraim. The workers who clipped the wool of Absalom's sheep were there. Absalom went to the king. He said, I had my workers come to clip the wool. Will you and your attendants please join me? No, my son, the king replied. All of us shouldn't go. It would be too much trouble for you. Although Absalom begged him, the king still refused to go. But he gave Absalom his blessing, and Absalom said, If you don't come, please let my brother Ammon come with us. The king asked him, Why should he go with you? But Absalom begged him, so the king sent Ammon with him. He also sent the rest of his sons. Absalom ordered his men, Listen, when Ammon has had too much wine to drink, I'll say it to you, strike Ammon down. When I do, kill him. Don't be afraid. I've given you an order, haven't I? Be strong and brave. So Absalom's men killed Ammon just as Absalom had ordered. Then all the king's sons got on their mules and rode away. While they were on their way, a report came to David. It said, Absalom has struck down all your sons. Not one of them is left alive. The king stood up and tore his clothes. Then he lay down on the ground. All the attendants stood near him. They had also torn their clothes. John, the son of David's brothers, Shemiah, spoke up. He said, You shouldn't think all the princes have been killed. The only one who is dead is Ammon. Absalom had planned to kill him. Ever since the day Ammon raped his sister Tamar. You are my king and master. You shouldn't be concerned about this report. It's not true that all your sons are dead. The only one is dead is Ammon. While all of that was taking place, Absalom ran away. The man on guard duty at Jerusalem looked up. He saw many people coming on the road west of him. They were coming down the side of the hill. He went and spoke to the king. He said, I see men coming down the road from Horonaim. They're coming down the side of the hill. Jonathan said to the king, See, your sons, it has happened, just as I said it would. As he finished speaking, the king's sons came in. They were weeping out loud. The king and all his attendants were also weeping very bitterly. When Absalom ran away, he went to Talmai, the son of Ammihud. Talmai was the king of Geshur. King David mourned many days for his son Amnon. So Absalom ran away and went to Geshur. He stayed there for 3 years. After some time, the king got over his sorrow because of Ammon's death, and King David longed to go to Absalom. Okay, now let's rate the boxes. Did you know, was David a good father? Chapter 13, part 21. David was a good soldier and a great king, but he wasn't not a good father. He did not punish his children when they did wrong. To find out what happened to David and his children, read 2 Samuel chapter 13. People in Bible times. Absalom was one of David's sons. Absalom hated his brother Ammon. He told someone to kill him. When Absalom was afraid of David, he ran away. David missed his son. But Absalom tricked the people of Israel. He made them think that he should be king. Many people died because of Absalom's evil ways. Dear God, about 2 Samuel chapter 13 today. Dear God, Ammon and Tamar today. Ammon and Tamar today. Today we are a very good lesson today. And you'll not be a bad person. You'll be good always. And you'll not be like Ammon and Absalom and Jonadab because they were kind of evil. You won't be like those people. Thank you always and David. Okay, I gotta say goodbye, so I think that's the video. I'll see you next time, so goodbye, see ya.